Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with RCGroups.com talking to Mike from Robart once again this week. What's happening, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? You excited? We're
So,
going to talk about some RoboStruts today, bud.
RoboStruts, and correct me if I'm wrong. I have a plane. I'm tired of my wire landing gear. I want to upgrade. Is this where the RoboStrut comes in?
This is where the RoboStrut comes in, and actually, this size RoboStrut that we're going to be talking about is probably the perfect one for replacing those wire legs on those small foamies or those smaller planes. This is the RoboStrut you're going to be talking about.
So we're going to show you the things the RoboStrut can do. We're not just looking at one, but multiple, the series of 650, and then also accessories and all that stuff. So if you're ready to learn, we're ready to go over everything.
Let's go ahead and jump on in. So the 650 RoboStrut. All right, 650 RoboStrut. This is a series. It's our 3/8 diameter. Okay, and this is for planes weighing in at, I apologize, 5 to 12 pounds. So, like you had said, this is great for replacing those wire legs. And so, if you have wire legs on one of your planes and you want to upgrade to a working RoboStrut, this is where you're going to be, right here. And I'm actually going to use a RoboStrut to point them out. So right here, this is your basic. This is your straight RoboStrut. That's part number 650. Part number 6. Then we start getting into your offsets. And I'll open one of these offsets up and you can get a better look at them. But you get the 651L. And when we start getting into offsets here, you want to be very particular when you order these on what size wheel, because you want your offset to fit that particular wheel. So the 651L is for wheels 2 inches to 2 1/4 inches. And that's your diameter from the outside of the tread to the outside of the tread.
OD.
Yep. Then you go to the 652L. So we start to bump up in your wheel size. You go to the 2 1/2 to 2 3/4. We go up to 3 to 3 1/4. And then I'm actually going to take this one out because we're going to talk about nose gears in a separate video. So we jump up to the 656, which is your fork. Okay, and the fork will accommodate up to 2 3/4 inch tires. Right. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And so this is the basic RoboStrut. Are we close enough, Jim, or do I need to move the camera?
I think it looks fine.
Looks fine. Okay, good. So how these work are they are absorbing the landing by moving in and out. There is a spring inside here. Okay. They're pinned in. You can take these apart, so they are repairable, as well as when you cut, you can cut them down. Here's the nice thing on the cut down on these is the top is actually hollow. So there's a stopping point in here. And I could get to, I'm fairly confident that my dimension drawing has it actually marked out. Yep. So I apologize. It does not. I apologize.
You could also drop a dowel down there and then just mark it.
Exactly. And that's your best route to do it. So like doink right there. That's your total cut down right there.
Then you can make a mark.
You can make your mark and you can do your cut down. That's one of the nice things about these smaller RoboStruts as compared to our larger RoboStruts. The larger ones do have a welded cap on that we'll have to cut off. We'll talk about that in the next videos. So the next part that's in each of these is your axle bag. Okay, so your axle bag is going to come with exactly that, is your axle. And then you're going to have 3 set screws. One of them will go in the bottom. Make sure that you're putting a grind flat on your axle to lock that in. And you're using your Zap blue thread locker to make sure that your set screws do not vibrate out.
Got it.
Okay. And then you're going to cut, it's also going to come with 2 bushings. And I'm going to go ahead. Where's my knife? Let's cut that open so you can see the bushings. And these bushings are for installing your RoboStruts onto a nose gear. And the bushings, you get 2 of them. You can see there's different sizes for the ID. Okay. And I'm going to get to another screen here so that I can get my exact IDs for you. All right.
ID, inner diameter.
Yep. So this is, one is a 5/32 and the other is a 3/16. And so depending on whatever the pin is that is coming out of your nose, that you're going to be able to install that right onto, install this RoboStrut right onto that nose pin. Okay. So how that works is you will actually press the bushing into the end, and which will flare that out, and it'll lock that in place. You will drill and tap all the way through with your 2 set screws, and those are, let me get to, that's a 632 threading. So you
Do not lose those scrub screws when you're opening that package.
Yes, ain't that the truth? So that's what let me just double check here. Maximize this screen. Yep, it's a 632. So your 2 smaller set screws, the threads on those are a 632.
Got it.
Right? So that's where we stand on what's in the axle bag. All right. Move this off to the side. The other question that we get a lot is servicing. How do you service your RoboStruts, or how do I take care of them? So on these, there are 2 E-clips, okay? And there's other graphic words that some people use to describe these that I don't think we're going to be using on this channel. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a small flathead screwdriver and then your nail, and you're going to pop this set screw off. And that's going to, if you're lucky like I was right there, it's going to fall right there. Otherwise, it's going to go flying across your workshop. Then you have your clevis pin, and you're going to squeeze that because it is spring loaded. So you want to make sure that you got it fully under control, and you want to push that clevis pin out. And then from there, you could take it apart.
Okay.
And it springs inside. This is a blue grease that is on there. So if you want to re-lube and clean these up, say you've got a pair that's been real sandy and it's getting gritty, it's sticking, then you could take this out, clean them up, re-grease it with a blue grease, and then you can just reverse the process by pinning it back together. All right.
Got it.
Okay. Let's push these off to the side now, and let's go into the accessories for the 650s. Now yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there we go. I want to show tell me if this is correct in showing this, but here's a graphic just demonstrating the unit with the wheel in place, just to give you an idea of what that looks like.
Correct. And and we should probably state this because I've had this happen before. The head of your axle, as you can see in the picture right there. Maybe you can move your cursor over it, Jim. On the other picture, the one to the right, the head should be on the outside of the tire, not on the inside. Okay. So the head goes on the outside of the tire, and then the excess of the axle will go down through your oleo, and you could cut that off, that excess off right there. Okay. So outside of the tire for the head, that's going to hold the tire in. You'll put some type of a wheel collar or washers in between here. and then you cut the excess axle off.
Got it.
Okay. What other questions before I go on to accessories, Jim?
So questions we're going to get are, can this work on this size wingspan? What size motor will this work on? And so the answer is definitely it doesn't depend on wingspan or motor size. It depends on weight of the airframe.
Correct.
And I believe what we said was 5 to 12 pounds on this.
Correct.
Which should start you, just general reference, around a 40 size plane on up to a, I don't know, whatever 12 pounds will get you.
Your low 60s, your smaller
Yeah,
60 size ones. Yeah.
60.
Yeah. So, all right. So what we offer then are a couple accessories here. The first one is the 650SA. I'm trying to get this in focus. There we go. This will allow you to put your 650 RoboStrut, this RoboStrut, into a gear that has a trunnion hole, a hole in the trunnion of a 7/16, so the next size up. All right. So now let's say that you've got a smaller 60 size airplane and you've already got the I kind of got lost here on my computer. You say you've already got gear installed and you want to just downsize on the RoboStrut because the RoboStruts might be a little heavy for you. Then you can use this as your sleeve adapter. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something else in here. Let's open this one up. There's a slit in the right there. You can see. You see the slit in this here. That is where the set screws from the landing gear are going to go through this.
Okay.
And will push up against. Keep my strut together. It will push through here, this slit, and push onto the actual RoboStrut to lock the strut in place into the landing gear.
Got it.
Okay. Because if you just push on one of the other sides, you're not locking your strut in place. The strut could possibly slip. So that's why you want to make sure that you put your set screws into that slit onto the in the sleeve adapter. Okay. The next thing are our 650 DBs. These are gear door brackets. And Jim, you and I probably could do a whole video series on gear doors and things like that, but we'd have to bring some good builders in so they can how they want to install gear doors. There's so many ways of doing it. I've seen over as I've been there, but this is your installation instructions that come with it. So it's a 650 DB for door bracket. Okay.
Got it.
The last thing are airline clips. So if you're running brakes,
okay, right.
Okay, and you have your pneumatic brakes that come down, this will manage the airline for you. We offer them in white, gray, and black.
Nice.
All right. So that's the accessories. That's our 650s in general. What other questions can I answer for you, Jim?
I think what I will say is I will go through this video and create links to the products that you're looking at right now to make it easy for you to go, oh, I need that and that and that. And you'll be able to click on it. The other thing I would say is you can always go to the site and go in the search bar. You can put in RoboStrut. You can put in 650. And then you can also find all the things that we've been talking about there as well at robart.com.
Sure. Jim, on the left side, on the catalog, why don't you go ahead and hover over RoboStruts on the left side, and you'll see there's going to be a flyout right there.
Yep.
Is there and then, so you go by diameter or aircraft weight. And so today by diameter, if you go up to that one, just hover over by diameter. Today we've been talking about the 3/8 inch RoboStrut.
Okay, right here.
Yep. And we've also been talking about that the lower weight category on those also. So that's where we stand with for the 650 series RoboStrut. And I think we're going to continue on with these in the next few weeks and talk about all the other RoboStruts that we have as we're coming into the RoboStrut, like our holiday season coming up. This is a great product for, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is not going to break the bank. Why don't you throw this in your Christmas list? Okay?
Got it. And I would also say, if you have questions about these or any of the other landing gear, be sure and put them in the video area, or you can ask in the thread. I'm going to create a feature article on Flying Giants, and you'll be able to go in there and you can say, hey, what about this? And we would be happy to answer those questions for you.
Yeah, and you can always give us a call, 630-584-7616. And check us out online at robart.com. Okay, give us a call, shoot us an email, just sales@robart.com. We'll get you taken care of. So anything we can answer for you in regards to the RoboStruts.
Mike and I want to thank everyone out there that joins us each week to learn about all the cool things that Robart creates for the hobby and for pilots like you. So be sure and hit subscribe and all the buttons. And have a great day. We sure appreciate you. Thank you too, Mike.
Hey, have a great day, guys.
Bye, everyone.